Audience, for the 85th time. For my visual aid, I'll be using a DQ basket. Imagine this. Your lifelong friend approaches you with news that his father has limited time to live due to his ongoing struggle with obesity and the health issues raised from it. I have gathered information of how children become obese. I have taken different stakeholders' opinions, such as schools, students, and parents, who play a key role in child obesity. As I continue into my major, Health and Human Performance, I have become increasingly interested in the health of Americans. Recently, I have taken a particular interest with the study of child obesity. Upon looking into the issue more, I wondered how we can prevent obesity. As an issue, if you're able to prevent it at the beginning, the issue will not occur. The same deals with obesity. If we were able to prevent obesity in adolescents, then those will not have to beat out obesity in their older ages. Dr. Cynthia Ogden, part of the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, shows in her article that 12.5 million Americans aged 2 to 9 were obese in 2009 and 2010, with the number increasing every year. My point is this: children and adolescents need to be set on the right path to fight obesity. Many, if not all, rely on their parents, schools, and their close family friends for meals. Health risks are interlocked with obesity, whether it be diabetes or high blood pressure. The health risk goes on and on. Everyone is pointing fingers at someone for this conflict. This issue involves a handful of people, but the ones I have looked at are parents, the students themselves, and schools. Students eat at least one meal per day at their school, if not more. Students tend to snack in between classes as well. If one does not bring a lunch from home, they have to rely on their school's cafeteria or vending machines. According to the website NoKidHungryFoundation.com, in their article, they say that 65% of teachers say that their students rely on school meals every day. Having to rely on cafeteria food or vending machines has been directly linked with being overweight or obese. In Paul Vagler and Angela Fitzgerald's article, they surveyed 5th grade students, their parents, and their principals from a school in Nova Scotia. 96% of the schools in Nova Scotia participated and showed that 6,000 of the students tested. Those who relied on school meals were 45% more likely to be overweight or obese. With a large number relying on school lunches, schools should be implementing healthier choices with their cafeteria menus. Same could be said for vending machines. It is hard to fully blame the school for lack of nutritional value in their meals. We should be more concerned with the lack of physical activity that some schools are presenting to their students. Over time, physical education in schools are becoming less and less present. Roberta Friedman and Marlene Schwartz of Yale University state that many school districts are spending more time on academic studies and less time on physical education, so the school can meet the federal testing requirements in the No Child Left Behind Act of 2001. This shows schools as being selfish, trying to make their school look smarter at the expense of their students' health. Schools should be able to structure and balance between academics and physical education. In Vagler's and Fitzgerald's article, they show that students who attend schools with more frequent physical education classes were more likely to have an average body weight compared to those students whose schools do not offer frequent physical education classes. More is better with physical education classes supporting this claim. A study conducted by the Social Health Policies and Program Study shows that only 8% of elementary schools, 6.5% of middle schools, and 5.5% of high schools provide daily physical education. Every school has an opportunity to offer physical education, but it's their choice to implement it. In my audience analysis, I raised this question: is child obesity hereditary or not? Only half of the students who responded to my audience analysis believe that child obesity is hereditary. If a parent is overweight and has poor diet and exercise habits, the child is likely to adopt the same habits. Watching television, gaming, texting, playing on the computer are activities that require very little energy. They can take up a lot of time and replace physical activity. And when children watch television, they often crave the unhealthy, high-calorie snacks they see on commercials. Some children are at a greater risk of obesity because of genetic factors they have inherited from their parents that make their bodies gain weight easily. A study done by Dr. Claire Llewellyn from UCL Health Behavioral Research Center shows that over 50% of child obesity cases are hereditary. Dr. Llewellyn's study also proves that there are 32 genes that are factors in obesity. Genetic similarities is not the only trait that can determine if a child is obese or not. Parental negligence has played a factor in the history of child obesity, and 10 out of the 16 students who responded to my IELTS analysis agree that child obesity can stem from parental negligence. Parents who put a lot of stress on their children can lead them to eat more and create stress, creating an eating disorder. But that's only a small percent of children with obesity. It is important that their parents know information such as how many calories a child should consume a day and how many times a child should eat and snack a day. We need to make a change and come together to prevent child obesity. The United States has become one of the most obese countries in the world, and we can point the finger at many different people. I think that schools and parents are the ones to blame for the alarming increase in child obesity. We need to place more importance on physical education for students at a young age by not taking away FIAD classes, but instead adding them to schools. I hope that my speech has persuaded my audience to provide a better, healthier life for our future generation. I would like to credit my sources to the Journal of American Dietetic Association, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, YaleRuddCenter.org, NoKidHungry.org, and NSB.org. Thank you.